What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Brian Limper, and we are the Two Baddies.
Two baddies.
What's up, man?
Dose. My fingers gonna hurt from a hard night.
Tell the fans
decking.
what the new hobby we picked up tonight. Literally
so,
tonight.
So, as of tonight, we are super into fingerboarding on tech deck skateboards.
Yeah. Shout out back to the 90s.
Yeah, shout out to, I'm not sure why we got into this, but we saw some at the store today when we were looking for Legos.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to the 90s again.
And, man. Specifically Pokemon Legos.
We had fun. Yeah, which aren't even actually technically Lego brand.
They're like Mega Blocks.
They're like some other thing, but we stumbled upon some tiny skateboards.
And this is what we've been doing. Justin ollied so hard he broke his.
Yeah, mine's out of commission right now. We need to get the screws and tools to make it work.
We need to invest in
some tiny healing.
Some tiny wrenches.
Seriously, I can't. Mine's done. I can't skate right now.
My trucks are kind of loose, so I feel it coming.
Where the guy was like really good at it. What was that?
Oh, it's because I was watching all those Tony Hawk videos.
Oh,
and it got suggested to me. This guy's like the best finger skateboarder.
He was like a super good tech deck finger skater, and we watched it. And we're like, whoa, I remember those from back in the day. So naturally, when we saw some in the store today, we're like, we'll just get two and mess around. So
I honestly thought, based off the videos, it'd be way easier than when I was a kid. No,
super difficult.
It was not.
Super difficult and frustrating. And we watched like a million videos on how to just ollie. So we're on our way. We're on our way.
But no,
and I mean they were like $250 a piece. So
if you guys ever wonder what we do with our free time, that's it. We always play fingerboards.
We just find new awesome hobbies to go buy at Walmart, or this time Myers. So
they make all the dreams come true.
It was fun. It's
a good time. Now it's time to retire and never do it ever again.
I know. It's like, well, that was fun $250, and now we're done.
This is a solid hour of my life that'll never get back. But that's okay.
That's just how we got fired up for the show today.
Speaking of that, before we listen to this video, tell the fans what you got us to go see here at the United Center.
Speaking of it, the
tell
United
them about
Center
that experience you had.
November 11th, who came back literally yesterday, is your boys are going to see Blackpink at the United Center in Chicago on night 2 of their Born Pink tour. I think that's what it's called. I had the Blink pre-sale because, of course, you had to be a Blink. So I guess I am now because I bought that and I'm like an official fan club member.
Dude, let's
go. Get the pre-sale. Not the earliest pre-sale, the early bird one, which was an hour before. It was like a whole confusing thing. But when it's all the dust settled, I had the pre-sale. I got us some pretty solid tickets in the United Center at face value, which was nice because we've already seen the resale. It's like
they're expensive. Super expensive.
Someone was saying they're like more expensive than like Harry Styles resale tickets like overseas. But it was I mean, like most K-pop tickets, it was pretty difficult to get, and especially with Blackpink, it was just like, I mean, like Ticketmaster shut down a couple times, but it worked. It worked out. I got us some tickets. I'm really pumped because you've seen them once on the last tour they had, whenever that was.
Yeah, so this will be my second time seeing them. The first time I saw them at Allstate. And you actually got those tickets too, but you couldn't go.
I couldn't go, but these ones will be...
It'll be pretty nice.
It'll be a little closer than that, I assume, but also United Center's a bigger place. Yeah, I mean, this is like the place to go for an in-store concert in Chicago. It's like the United Center.
I mean, it's the biggest place you can get, the biggest venue.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be awesome.
Because it's got to be bigger than Wintrust.
Yeah, I think it is. Wintrust is pretty big too. We'll have to ask the stats and info to check the capacity, but I mean, I always kind of figured that was like the number one, just because.
Yeah, the big kahuna.
Like that's where like a lot of the that's where Stray Kids was. I remember GD was back in their day. That's where the old Bulls play. So, it'll be cool. I'm pumped for it. I think it'll be a really cool show. I feel like they just have a lot of songs that'll be fun to see live with like good bass and everything, and I think we said it before. I think it'll be cool. They'll have like really good like production, like,
and I will say
fireworks
too,
and lights and all this.
I saw them
stuff.
the first time at Allstate.
Yeah.
It was smaller, and we were like legit like the farthest seat you could possibly be in the back.
Yeah,
still a great show. It was awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for it. That's November 11th. It's the second show in Chicago, And it's on a Friday night too, which is nice because we'll just be able to like
So hopefully
stay
it's not
there.
snowing.
And, oh, that's true. It is November, so it probably will be cold.
At least it's like early November.
At least we just don't have to drive back afterward.
That's
like
true.
The night of, because we had a little time there where we were doing that a lot. So
Very true.
But yeah, that was fun. I'm excited. So if you're going to see Blackpink in Chicago on November 11th, we'll be there. Find us amongst the masses because I'm sure it'll be sold out.
And in honor of that, we're going to watch this Blackpink comeback.
They came back yesterday.
Because Justin said he's seen it and heard it. I've not seen it or heard it. So it'll be the first time I've heard it.
I did.
But I'm excited to hear it. So, check out Shutdown by Blackpink. Great name. First thing I'd like to point out, it really bothers me that this video is exactly 3 minutes and 1 second.
Just couldn't take that 1 second off.
Oh, what a cool opening. Huh. All right. Classic.
What actual song is this violin thing from?
Hey, the crazy tank's back. Man, that drink looks good. Whatever that is. Oh.
It does look good.
K-pop has like the craziest outfits.
I don't know where all this crazy denim is coming from. Like, who made that? Is that something you buy in a store?
Is that like the whole concept of the video is just garage doors shutting? Where do they get so much pink stuff from? My god. I will say, with this beat, the song would be pretty crazy live.
It's got that solid bass.
I mean, look at this giant neon green carpet jacket.
I always just wonder how they go into designing or figuring out the outfits for everybody. Because you're just like, where did you even find this?
I don't know. Look at those boots.
Like, I got exactly what we need for this specific situation, Rose.
These little masks they have with their Venom things are cool. There's just their black pink katana sword here.
Ooh.
Man, it's just her in front of herself from the last video they had.
That's what this whole thing was. It was just like references to their other vids.
That's what it seems like. What is this crazy outfit Lisa has on?
I have no idea. It's crazy because K-pop stuff is always so wild, but you're like, yeah, it works.
I'm like, sure.
It works. They're making it work.
Like, that's not an outfit you just, like, wear outside.
Oh, no, not at all. We're like, yeah, for this, totally works. I for real just want to know where this violin came from, like a song from like 1700, some violin.
Yeah, I know.
That Teddy heard. He's like, I know what we need. Also, like Jenny's hat. I'm like,
did she steal that from what's his face? The one guy from Stray Kids. He always has that hat on. And interesting.
Shutdown.
I'll be honest, it's not what I expected it was gonna be, but it's cool. I think I liked Pink Venom better, but I've also heard that a billion times.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty good.
Pink Venom got stuck in my head a lot.
I feel like they're kind of like similar in their own way.
I'll have to listen to the rest of the album. I'm sure it's pretty cool.
It's cool though. I think it's just like a fun song.
Yeah, I mean it'll be really cool.
It has like a really cool,
live
like nice beat. So I think it's really solid.
That's the key, is the beat.
It's a nice bass, real solid.
Real solid. But yeah, so we're gonna go see them here in a
couple months.
We'll be here before you know it.
For real. Oh my goodness.
When was the ITZY concert?
Like 4 days before the Blackpink one. So
dang.
It's the Monday and the Blackpink one's the Friday.
Dang.
So
what a big day for Chicago.
Seriously, it's a huge K-pop week for the Chicago fans.
I haven't seen a week this big since the Cubs made it to the World Series.
Literally, like ITZY on Monday.
And then they won.
Blackpink on Thursday and Friday. So pretty much a full week there for I mean, there's definitely people who are probably going to all those, so
I'll guarantee there is.
good for them.
Good for you guys for being hardcore fans, unlike us.
Yeah.
We try our best.
Yeah, I don't think I could do the multiple days of Blackpink. But we'll be there Friday.
One's good enough. I'm getting old.
For real.
But before we get started in our Chapter 3 series here of SNSD, we've got something special to drink here for Mango, because she loves this. And we are trying the new 2022 Mountain Dew mystery flavor, Voodoo flavor. Now, I remember last year they had this out and I tried it, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm not even sure what it is. Because it's weird. Because it's like, they kind of smells like it's going to be citrus flavored.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
But they always have like stuff and it's like, I don't know. Like when you know the flavor of something and you drink it, you're like, okay, that makes sense. Like, it's cherry flavored. But when you don't know what it is, someone could be like, it's tropical. And I can see it. Or it can be like, it's mint. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I can see it.
That's what I feel like.
I don't know if it's like just biased because you can see
that's
what
what
it is.
I feel like with these. I'm like, you could just be anything.
But it's like last year I tried it and I looked it up and it said it was mystery flavored. And I literally looked up what flavor it was and it said mystery airhead flavor. And I'm like, well, what flavor is that? Because it's a mystery airhead. That doesn't make any sense to me. It smells kind of tropical though.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of just.
I will say, all the bat has that weird fake sour aftertaste like the watermelon warhead
It's
one did.
really gross.
Not my favorite.
I do not like it. I'll finish this cup.
Let's
It's
see.
it's like so I mean, obviously it's
Very
Mountain Dew.
artificial.
It's like so artificial tasting.
It definitely does not.
It just kind of
It's not
reminds
as
me
good
of
as
like a
last year.
fruity tropical type
It
vibe.
just there's a weird taste in my mouth. I'm not a fan of it.
It just tastes like chemicals.
Kind of, yeah. All right, well.
I just feel like
There we go.
a drink that instantly dries out your mouth is not a good thing.
Yeah. That's our tasting for today, and I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah, I'll do a 3 too.
Like, if I bought it, like, well, I guess...
Maybe it'd
I
be
don't know if I bought
maybe
it,
it'd be
I
a
think you
little
bought it.
better cold.
If I, like, bought it, I'd sit there and drink it just because I bought it, but I wouldn't, like, buy it again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so there we go. Taste test for today. Hope you enjoyed it, Mango. Don't go buy this. It's not worth it. Also, before we start our video, or not really video, our podcast today, it's a very special day. You know why? This is episode 150.
Wow, there we go.
Not only is it episode 150, but this is technically going to be like our 3rd year anniversary.
Yeah, it's around it.
Yeah, because the first episode came out like not even a week from now. It's kind of like in a middle point. So
Yeah. There we go.
150 episodes.
3 years.
3 years.
Maybe when we get done with our Girls' Generation episodes, we'll just have a like reminisce episode of thoughts on 3. I mean, 3 years
doesn't
is a
feel
long.
like it's-
3 years is a long time.
You know, I feel like for a 1 year anniversary is a little more exciting. Now I'm just kind of like,
I just
kind of like birthdays.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. It's been that long to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
it seems really quick.
Because 19 to 20, 2021, 21 to 22.
That's 3 years.
It's a long time.
Like, did we even have a second one?
I don't remember.
I remember our first one. I don't really remember a second one. I don't know. We're still in like.
I remember when we did our first 1 year anniversary, had a big deal, and like all of our friends sent us messages and we listened to them.
Oh yeah.
It's like a whole big thing.
Dang, that was actually like a really big thing. Yeah, we recorded it in your room when we were doing.
And that
it
was
on, like, the TV.
also 100 episodes ago.
That was yeah. I mean, essentially, I do not remember what we did for the second one.
We have so many episodes. We are deep into Girls Planet, I can tell you that.
Oh my gosh, that's maybe we didn't really do anything because we're. Oh man, that's where I want to be. I want to be having that again. Girls Planet was still the best.
Let's see.
This was like the beginning of it too.
It really was.
Ugh.
Maybe we didn't do anything because it says
Episode 7.
We had a huge milestone as KPK Bros had their 100th all-time episode this week. And what better way to celebrate?
Yeah, so it must have been
And that was
focused
September
on,
18th,
okay, so we did the
2021.
right thing and we focused on Girls Planet.
Because that was like right in the middle of Girls
Oh
Planet.
my gosh. Episode 7. I'd pay so much money to go back to that moment.
Honestly, we probably would have mentioned it in the episode, but we didn't make a big deal about it.
I just wish we
Dude,
had
that was
Girls
so
Planet.
crazy.
That's why I was
Gosh,
like,
Girls
so, like
Planet.
I remember the first one when you kind of said that, but I was like, did we had a second anniversary?
I think we probably mentioned it, but it
But
wasn't
yeah,
there.
I mean, Girls Planet was just more important.
Episode 1, Girls Planet, August 7th, 2021. Oh my gosh.
August. Yeah, we're literally be in the thick of it because that was episode 7 review. Episode 100 for us was episode 7 for them.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
Alright, well that's enough reminiscing on the past and the good times. Back to the present. So, for those of you who are with us or not with us the last couple weeks, we are doing our Girls' Generation deep dive 3-part, 4-part series we got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And last week was chapter 2. We talked about the years, was it 2011 to 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we talked about chapter 1, which was like their debut to 2010, 2011-ish. I don't remember off the top of my head. Somewhere in there. We went by decades because it's easier to break it down by decades and it wasn't just do the entire thing all at one time. Also, it's more content for everybody. More time to listen to us. So for those of you who were not with us, Girls' Generation, or SNSD, for those of you who don't know, is an 8-member girl group from SM Entertainment. They were originally a 9-member group, and we talked about how they became an 8-member group last week because Jessica ended up leaving. Or not leaving, stepping down. They debuted August 5th, 2007, and the current members are Taeyeon, Sunny, Tiffany, Hyoyeon, Yuri, Sooyoung, Yuna, Sohyun, and like I said, their former member is Jessica. So that brings you up to speed with what Girls' Generation's doing.
Correct.
So now we're going to talk about 2022 to the present, and then after that, since there's only been like obviously this year to talk about, we're going to go back in time a little bit and talk about their sub-units that they had. Which I actually am surprised there wasn't more. So May 17th, 2022, SM announced that SNSD would have their first 8-member comeback in 5 years to commemorate their 15-year anniversary. So speaking of 3 years, 15 years is a long time.
We are 1/5 of Girls' Generation.
We really are. And also to commemorate this, they took part in a reality show called Soshi Tom Tom. Then on July 25th, 2022, SNSD confirmed the release of their 7th album, Forever One, which also had a digital copy released on August 5th and a physical copy released on August 8th. So like very, very recent.
Not long ago at all.
Also, I may have to just go out on a limb and say, best comeback I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so awesome.
You know, I mean, going into it, we didn't know a ton, which we said, but like the teasers looked really great. So we were like, okay, this looks cool.
Also, for anyone who's listened the last couple of weeks, you've heard a story about how we weren't like huge fans. We were like kind of like not really, I guess we're casual fans of them, more the members than them themselves.
Right.
But literally after this came out, I was like, I just want to go back in a time machine and steal them from their debut.
I felt bad for any bad thing I ever said.
Like, are they really the greatest group? We've had multiple times on our show, we've been like, you know, everyone says they changed their lives and they're awesome. Like, I don't know, like...
We're like, no way.
I don't see it. There's no way that's true.
I do not see how they're better than DIA.
And then Forever One came out and I'm like, are they really the greatest group of all time?
And this was just
Is G not that bad?
I mean, the teaser for it, like the actual like musical teaser, I was like, all right, this sounds like it's really something. And then first listen, just blown away.
Also,
like,
the visuals are just out of this world.
This song is like perfect. It's so incredible. It's like super fun. It has the most like perfect Girls' Generation vibe.
I know we said it on other videos, but I told Justin this came out, I was like, this is like the most like updated sounding song of like a Girls' Generation sound like ever.
Yeah, it's like retro sounding in the most updated current 2022 way. And the chorus is just like, I mean, I've listened to this song so many times. It's probably my most played K-pop song.
And I've watched so many
This or
videos
My
of them
Bad.
performing this live.
It's so cool. It just like makes you happy.
It really does. Also, their whole album is really cool. It's really good. We actually opened the albums last week on the podcast.
We did. We had to for these episodes. Then they got that little Into the New World synth to really bring the tears.
It's like, if you just like somehow made a machine that turned retro songs into like current song sounds, and you just like, threw some like Girls' Generation songs in there from like their early years of the 2000s, it'd just come out sounding like this.
Doom. That little drop right there is massive in the car. It's just like shakes my whole Jeep.
This is such
Also,
a
you
beautiful
know
song.
you're
I love how like one of them's moving and the other one's
and then
like
Sonny's
slow.
back there just like
It's so
frozen.
sick.
You know you're a big deal when you like make a trophy. You make the trophy and then you give it to yourself.
Like
that's,
JYP. and
That's when you know you're a big deal.
at his MVP basketball games.
And when you have your own parade float.
Man, this is the best video I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah, they had really great outfits too.
Also, if you want to see a really great video, go watch their dance practice video.
Yeah, that's
Wow, that's the best
that's
thing.
definitely one of my favorite songs of the year.
That's sick. Also, the new little logo thing's sick too. Oh gosh, gave me the sugars. Then on August 20th, 2022, Girls' Generation performed at the SM Town Live 2022 concert in Suwon World Cup Stadium. That's pretty cool. I did remember seeing videos of that. It was pretty sick. Then September 3rd, 2022, SNSD held a special sold-out event called Long Lasting Love at the Olympic Gymnastics Arena, and we saw pictures of it, and my gosh,
It looked pretty full.
boy, did they sell that place out.
It looked like
Goodness.
it was sold out
They're
for
like, we
sure.
just had a fan meeting, and it's like a stadium just sold out with people. Like,
It
just a
was
ridiculous
just
amount of
all
people.
pink everywhere.
It was crazy. But that pretty much brings us up to speed with what they've been doing up until now. Like I said, they're on a hiatus for about 5 years. Which is crazy, because that's like as long as they've been listening to K-pop. So they've been gone.
Yeah, they just like haven't been here. So
They've just been busy doing their own solo stuff.
they've been very busy.
But yeah. Forever One changed me as a person. I think I'm a better
It's-
person now.
it's
I love
such a
Girls'
good-
Generation.
It's such a good song.
I'm mad at myself for not
I want to just hear from like
listening to K-pop back in 2007 and standing them.
I want to hear the people who did and be like, so what'd you think? I'd be like, I hope they just like cried tears of joy
I don't know, man, but
because it was so awesome. It was so good.
gosh.
It was just like it was like a perfect song.
Mhm.
Like I can't wait
Literally the
someone would
reason
listen
we're-
to it and be like, not that great.
It's literally like the reason we did these entire last
Yeah,
3 episodes.
it's because of that
based solely
song.
off of this song.
Literally because of Forever One. I just cannot take anyone serious in their life. It's like, pretty average. Like, no. That song was life changing.
The only song I've heard so far this year that changed me as much as that was literally That by Psy and Suga.
And
August
I mean,
D.
those are all legends, so
Good stuff.
take that as you will.
But now we're going to go back in the old time machine and go back to August 2012,
Oh man,
10 years prior.
literally a decade ago.
And that's when SM Entertainment formed the first Girls' Generation subunit titled TTS, or Tae-T-So, which is Tiffany, Taeyeon, and Soyeon. Now, they released 3 EPs, and the first EP they released was in May 2012, and that song was called Twinkle. I feel like I've probably heard some of these, but I don't remember them.
Yeah, I really don't know about this. I really haven't listened to the subunits.
Definitely older than the last video.
I
we
know,
just saw.
especially after watching
There's-
Forever One.
Chanyeol taking pictures.
You never got to pay for actors when you got your other idols right there.
One thing I do notice on a lot of his old videos is, man, Genie music was just a huge thing back then, because their ads are everywhere in all their videos.
Yeah.
Twinkle. Oh, they're singling them out.
Whoa.
Okay, I've definitely
Yeah,
heard
we
this.
know this song. You know what's my favorite thing is when it's a subunit and then they have just girl backup dancers.
I know, right? It's like the same amount of members.
That's like we're like, wait a minute, something doesn't add up here.
Or remember when Oh My Girl did like Banana Allergy Monkey, and then the actual members like came on stage and like did something
Yeah.
with them? I'm like, why did you even do
Like,
that?
is this even considered a subunit anymore?
Man, styling's so much different back then.
Who was?
I always wonder like how they decided who to pick for subunits.
I was wondering that too.
Or there's like, hey Tiffany, we need a subunit. Go pick two
people. If they know who has like a little more chemistry with each other. I can only imagine that like the meetings behind all of it with like the whoever decides were just like hours long. Like
or
hours
like,
and hours and hours of like this.
Or they're just like, hey, Taeyeon, Tiffany, you're both really popular. Soyeon's not doing so great in the polls. I'm gonna throw in a video with you and see if we can boost her popularity. You know? Like, young Kai over here. I don't know. I've always wondered that. Like, how they make those decisions.
Yeah, it's like super interesting.
Like, is there like some type of reason behind it, or they just kind of do it? Who's this band right now? They have this super emo guitar player back here.
I know, I saw that.
One of these does not belong.
You always find him. You always find him.
Seriously, is that Pete Wentz?
He's probably inspired by Pete Wentz. I mean, 2012, definitely.
Yeah. Twinkle.
There's like literally the set there just on.
What do they do with all the sets when they're done with them? Do they, like,
where did
repurpose
this
them?
giant Twinkle sign with lights in it go? Because that is physically there. Like, look at these girl back dancers right now. Like,
Now there's the exact number of members in Girls' Generation on the stage.
now I'm confused.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought that was weird too. Or like when Super Junior, like D&D would do something and then they'd have like a whole crap ton of members back there.
There's like a ton of dudes just everywhere.
I don't know.
I just want to know too, which I mean there had to be times, like many times, when like, I mean it could be some unit, group, anything, when, you know, everything gets pitched and then someone's just like, man, that I hate this so much.
You mean when Subin was asked to be in
Or like they just really hate it like the
Chocolate.
whole time and then they're just like everything about this, but like they can't really do anything about it.
Also, anybody who wants to see something funny, go listen to Subin from WJSN talking about when she was in Choco May. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Then, after Twinkle, well, I say after, it's 2 years later, they came out with Holler in September of 2014, but the actual single, Whisper, released before Holler released, so we're going to listen to both of them. So this came out like 3 days before the actual title track came out. Whisper. I always think it's funny too in subunits, they don't have a name. They're just like either the names put together or like an abbreviation of all the names.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, creative.
It's awesome. Like, what's the meaning? Yeah, there's none.
Like they have all this like deep thought, putting like the name and like the lore and like the backstory and the fandom and all this stuff. I was like, what's your subunit? Oh, TTS.
Yes. It's just her names.
Wow. Sensual.
There's a little more mature of a song.
Man.
A little more vocally powered.
Get Tiffany's hair. Look at those backup dancers. My other question
We're
was
also wearing like
then,
the exact same thing as them, pretty much. So it's like
but less fancy, so they don't
it's
overshadow
like a little
the bride.
less lacy.
This reminds me of something, but I don't know what. I don't know. But I've also often wondered, do they just like put these members into subunits because they're not doing anything, or they're the only ones available?
Maybe.
This looks pretty sick though.
The little clapping beat's cool.
Is this like the coming of age stage?
I think it's like the almost same song. Or one of those songs that they made.
Man. Someone who's in the field, please let me know the science behind how they, decide who's in
How do
sub
you
units.
get a
Hey,
sub
the one
unit?
little dance teacher is back here. She's like a backup dancer. See her over here?
Oh, she's gone.
She was the one that was in their dance practice video. That's like a coach on Girls Planet.
Oh yeah.
She's over there.
Oh yeah.
That must be how she got her stage, being a backup dancer for.
She's just been with him for a
Or got her start
long
being a backup
time,
dancer
long
for-
time.
Girls' Generation. Coming from that Girls' Generation dance tree.
NBD.
Also, for like backup dancers, like, does being with certain groups like boost like your rep and you like get more jobs or like you get paid more? Like, how does that work?
Probably.
Or does the company just get paid and like,
Or-
hey, you're the ones that are gonna go dance?
Or maybe, yeah, maybe they just have like their own at SM since they can afford that.
Just under contract. I don't know. There's just so many behind the scenes things I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Or you have to like try out like a casting call, and if you're good, they put you on the group.
Maybe.
Or if you're like the people that dance with like Psy, you're like a contracted dance. Not really a company, but like just a group of people that dance.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just so many questions. So many questions today. I'm so curious.
Crowd loves it.
They're in a frenzy. Alright, so after that, they came out with Holler, literally like 3 days later. And this was like the little title track off of it. It's got these things popping up like in the video from Cherry Bullet when they dance to
Yeah, it does.
the one song.
It's like little comic things.
What happened? Whoa, this camera's freaking me out. My goodness. It's like a first person POV. It's kind of crazy.
It's like, it's really shaking. Oh man.
What is going on?
Holler.
Well, this is completely different than the last song we just heard, so.
Safe to say, a different concept.
Yeah, I know. This is that EXID in the hotel concept one.
Seriously.
All this probably came out first, so I mean. I don't know if I've ever heard this.
I have never heard this song. I don't know if I've ever even seen like a clip
I don't think I have either.
or a look or anything.
I think I remember that, you know.
I was gonna say this is a pretty there's a lot going on in it, so I think you would.
Oh. Oh, she's got the same backup dancer girl. So she must just be someone who's like with him a lot. The main go-to. I love when they have like a setup and it's literally just like a bunch of random trees put together so it looks like they're like in a forest.
Oh, I know, just like the fake plants. This has a lot of cool sets in it.
Now, there's a lot going on in now. Whoa. They've really done a bunch of different concepts in the
They're like an Egyptian
little couple
room.
comebacks they've had. One thing I did not find out, I guess I didn't look into it, is how popular their subunit was. I'm sure it was popular, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like 2 of the most popular members. But I don't really know, like, on a scale, like how big they were, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Now they're like a dance
Now they're
party.
just DJs.
Classic. I think that's at Holler like 400 times.
Hello.
If anyone knows how popular TTS was, let me know. I mean, I'm assuming they're pretty popular.
I'm gonna go with probably really popular.
Whoa. All right, Holler.
That song was cool.
Then their last comeback they had was December 2015 with a song called Dear Santa.
Oh man.
Right? In time for Christmas.
Christmas time.
Everyone's looking like angels. Okay.
Smelling like a pine candle.
There's this Soyeon playing the piano, apparently. What a crazy bracelet. If this isn't a cover of that song by Mariah Carey,
I hope not.
I'm gonna be really upset. Man, her hair is like...
Their hair is so nice.
Goodness.
It's like too nice.
Like, I know we throw around the term salon quality quite a bit, but my goodness.
I think this video sums it up. What we mean.
Salon quality was named after the hair that they have in this video.
Seriously. Clearly not like one bad one.
I couldn't even pay for the haircut Tana has right now with my entire year's salary.
It looks like it's so expensive.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they haven't done anything since 2015 with this. They really just had a quick go of it, and then it's just kind of done.
Make that money. So this is Do you get the inspirational, deep Christmas, heartfelt message song?
Man, her jewelry is like... Oh my god.
Whoa.
How'd you get that hat on that dog?
She just loves... Her dog's been in multiple vids.
That was...
She got a whole new song.
That was a weird turn.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely playing this at Christmas time for my family. On repeat.
This is my Christmas carol.
Seriously.
I'm singing this at everyone's house in the neighborhood.
I'm going door to door. I've definitely never heard this either.
No idea. No idea. I would remember that hair in the beginning if I did.
I honestly...
Now she's flying with balloons.
It is very Christmassy though.
Whoa.
Come on!
I feel like it's easy money in K-pop when they just like a Christmas thing. I feel like everybody loves it.
It's true. I love it. Oh, another setup. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh, this is awesome.
It's actually Christmas time. They got little crazy antenna hair like they're
just like Wendy.
Who's from
Wendy Lou.
Whoville. Like little Cindy Lou Hill.
No, Cindy, yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Oh my gosh, this is a big
Look at
advertisement.
this advertisement.
Hold the phone.
I wonder if this is really what Christmas is like at their
I was
house.
gonna say, is this really how Christmas is there? Because it's way better than mine.
Seriously. They're just in Whoville having a great time. Where's the mayor?
This is like the most rich Christmas ever. Please let Shutdown be Santa.
Where's Martha May Whovier? Now like little French girls dancing around. This is how they run around in snow in this field?
No,
the
not
creepy
the
lion's
creepy
back.
lion Santa. What a twist!
Off the top of my head, though, I have to say, don't know if this is better than the Carol.
I don't know. Not fair though, because this is more people than the Carol. So that was a crazy song.
Also,
There was like no.
when we asked people for Christmas videos last year, why did nobody tell us?
I know
about
this was like the most Christmas video ever.
All
They're
right,
not
well, I
sad
guess they're
anymore.
just back.
Now they're
Okay.
just in their normal life where they're just rich.
All right, and that was the end
Dear
of TTS.
That's a pretty good way to
Then-
go out, to be honest with you.
In August 2018, SM announced the debut of their second subunit called Girls' Generation OGG. Now this was when we actually knew something about Girls' Generation. Because I remember everyone freaking out about this comeback.
Definitely K-pop fans.
And I was like, I don't see what's so cool about this, but sure. And it had Sunny, Taeyeon, Yuna, Yuri, and Hyoyeon. And they debuted on September 5th, 2018. Now, I'll be honest, since the song came out, I've never listened to it. So maybe it's the best song I've ever heard in my life and I don't remember. I just remember everyone was like freaking out about it. They're like, oh, Girls' Generation is doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not even all the members. Like, I don't understand
It
what's
like
so
makes
exciting.
yeah, I guess it makes more sense now why everyone was so pumped. But at the time, I was like, oh, good for them. They're doing something.
I was like, oh, cool. They're still a group.
I was
of
like,
people.
they might as well do something if these people are just around here, you know, chilling.
$2018, my gosh.
It's crazy.
It is nuts, because I remember like people like freaking out about it when they came back.
Oh, yeah,
and
for
I'm
sure.
Like, even like the K-pop girls were like freaking out about it.
It was,
And I
a
was
big,
like,
it was a
sure.
big deal.
But it doesn't seem like it's that long ago. My gosh, it was.
I know, 2018, that's crazy. I would have been like, yeah, it came out a couple years ago, probably.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure where the O comes from, but I'm assuming the GGs means Girls' Generation.
Probably a safe bet.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, the only person in this subunit as in the other subunit was Taeyeon. So,
Ooh, I wonder if they... I'm sure they did. If they won some type of show with this.
probably. I don't know why.
Because I'm always just on the Taeyeon show award-winning track of all the different ways she can win one. I'll have to look that up.
So, that means there's 5. So there's been 7 of the members who've been in subunits. So who's the one that's not been in it? Because there's 5 of them here. And then Tiffany and Sohyun were in the other one. So that'd be 7. So who's not been in a subunit?
I don't think... Is Soo Young there?
Soo Young. I don't think
I
she's
don't
been
think
in one.
she's there.
I see Sunny getting the shine out here. My gosh, she's had so many lines. It's kind of crazy to think that I do remember when this came out, like I said, everyone was freaking out about it, and this is like the first time I actually knew anything about Girls' Generation.
Yeah.
And this is like the first thing I remember them coming back with. And then I'm like, oh, now they're coming back as a full group. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. It feels like, you know, they had their subunit thing. But man, 2018 was so long ago.
I know.
Actually, September 5th, 2018. So that was like...
So a little over...
that was literally
we
like...
had the anniversary like a couple weeks ago.
like
12 days ago.
Well, I was going to say, that was like only a couple weeks before we did our first episode of the show.
Yeah. I don't think you got the mention on the first show, so...
I don't think so either.
I mean, still... Better video than song, in my opinion.
The video's awesome. Yeah, no, the song...
It's okay. It's not, like, great. I don't know. It's okay. Not bad. Not every song is the best. Something about it.
I don't know.
Like, I remember thinking that, too, when I heard it. I was like, oh, this is fine. Like, cool. Good for
And
them.
honestly, I know people say it a lot. It's like a negative thing. Also, I don't know why it's 3 minutes and 31 seconds. It couldn't just be 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Actually, all of these have a 1 at the end of it. It's very irritating.
Maybe that's like a YouTube thing. That's weird. Because, like, how would that even happen?
But this definitely sounds like a song that would be like a B-side on a thing. It wouldn't really be like the title track of this album.
Yeah, I can...
Or like a pre-single to like the actual album coming
I think,
out.
honestly, with this, when it came out, I knew all the members weren't there, so I was like, oh, you know, why is it as big of a deal? And since it was technically the first girls' generation thing when like we were like real K-pop fans that paid attention, and then I heard it, and to me it kind of sounded like a song another group could make. I was like, oh, what's the video?
It definitely
like,
sounded like something I'd hear from like another group, like something like.
I thought, to me, hearing all the hype, I'm like, they're coming out with something, even if it's not all of them. This better be some mind-blowing thing because of how great these people are supposed to be.
Like, if they came out with Forever One instead of this, I'd be like, oh my god.
And again, that's what Forever One did as, now a full group with what they have. So they did it now. But at the time, I guess I was just expecting way too much. So when I heard this song that I feel like I could have heard from other groups, I was like, oh, this is just like everybody else. You know what I mean? So I guess I kind of set the bar at almost a like impossible level. And like, this is Girls' Generation, like
this
the founders of
up this entire time.
The founders of girl group music, the nation's girl group that made a song that I'm pretty sure Gugadon could make. Like, okay. So again, not a bad song, really great video, but at the time, that's just kind of what I thought about it. I mean, instantly hearing Forever One now, I mean, years later, that was like, oh my gosh, this is like perfect. It's so good. Like, now I see what everybody's talking about. Like, it took
what we needed.
It took a little while, but we got there.
Like, Forever One was so good. It made
so
the other songs that came out with decades ago sound better.
I know. That's a good way to put it. Like, you think I'd be loving Lionheart as much now if it wasn't for Forever One? No. But here we are, and that song's incredible.
Gosh.
Dear Santa is going on the playlist because of Forever One.
It's all
that was a fantastic video, too. Their videos are really good.
But that pretty much does it for our history of Girls' Generation. Now, next week is also kind of an extension / history of them. Because it's going to be a little longer episode, I can tell you that right now. I don't know. Let us know. That's basically all of Girls' Generation's history, song-wise, for anyone who's curious.
Lots of hits.
They had a lot of good songs, lots of stuff I feel like I didn't know, but I guess I did know, and a lot of stuff I thought I did know and I didn't know.
There's just a lot going on.
But anybody who's like an actual Girls' Generation enthusiast, feel free to let us know what we got wrong. And if it's all wrong, we'll just delete the entire episode.
If everything's wrong, we had to get a couple names right, so that has to be okay.
I mean, honestly, I learned a lot from
I did too.
All of this.
Well, it's super interesting just seeing a group that was so popular and has like such history and like how they kind of navigate through that. Like, it's super interesting. Because K-pop's such a young thing overall, so you don't really have like quote unquote like legends of the game out there. Like, there's not like a ton.
You don't have like Led Zeppelin out here running around.
Exactly. Or like you have some people who have been around even longer than Girls' Generation, but like
Beatles.
Really, there's not just like these legends who are like kind of pioneers of like being really great at K-pop. It's just not a thing yet because it's so young. So Girls' Generation is definitely someone like that. They've been around a long time.
And so Tajik and the Boys.
Yeah, that's the one you hear.
And H.O.T.
It's crazy because like we all know that, and then like that's it. It's like, there's got to be some other people in there.
Yeah,
there had to be just people that hated that back in the day. Like, what is this
is
ruckus?
Stupid.
This ruckus in the early '90s. Get this out of here. Whenever it was.
But yeah, I don't know. Girls' Generation is pretty cool. We put off doing this for a very long time. Now we did it. I'm glad we did it. I found a lot of cool songs. I love Girls' Generation now. We can talk more about all the members and our opinions on them next week. But
definitely.
Good sewed, good history recap. It's crazy to think Little Touch could have been the only Girls' Generation we ever knew.
Thank goodness
but
it
I'm glad
was
it
not.
Wasn't.
Thank goodness it wasn't, because we would not be here.
Today, honestly, we never made this last 3 episodes.
We would not be here today at all. So, yeah, that does it. Check in for happy 3-year anniversary. Woo, we did it.
All right.
Powering along. Next week, last Girls' Generation episode. Tune in for the final entry into the saga. But till then, we love you guys. MJT's Fogrel. We're the two baddies of the KPK podcast. Baddies. Love you guys. Peace.
Later.
Sweet.